This is a product demonstration video for CPR Products Complete Foundation Crack Repair Kit using universal cartridges designed for the do-it-yourselfer. CPR Products Complete Foundation Repair Kit contains enough material to inject a crack approximately 8 feet long by 1/32 of an inch wide in a poured-in-place residential foundation wall. Additional cartridges may be purchased separately if the crack is longer or wider. Read the product data sheet, safety data sheet, and injection manual prior to beginning work. CPR Products 1001 low viscosity 2-part epoxy resin comes in the easy-to-use universal cartridges, which house the two components separately. Using a standard caulk gun and a 1/4-inch static mixer, the resins combine as they are dispensed. When cured, the 1001 LV epoxy will be stronger than the original concrete. Here we find a thin vertical crack that has leaked in the past. We want to make sure the crack is currently dry. The area is clean with no paint or foreign material on the wall. Let's start by placing protective material on the floor. Enclosed in your complete foundation repair kit is a trash bag that we are going to use. Then we are going to make sure we use safety glasses and gloves, which are also in the kit. It is recommended to wear long sleeves. Now we can start preparing the crack. With our wire brush, take an area about 3 inches wide, centered on the crack, and remove all debris, paint, or other foreign material that will stop the epoxy paste from adhering to the wall. We need to remove the dust with a brush, or preferably a vacuum, which will suck the dust out, giving it a nice, clean surface. The injection resin in the complete kit is CPR's 1001 low viscosity 2-part epoxy resin, which will provide a structural and waterproof repair of this crack. Because this is a structural repair, it is best applied when you do not expect future foundation movement or after such movement has been alleviated. Please feel free to call us to discuss different causes and solutions for wall cracks. The wall has been prepared, so we can start measuring 6-inch distances to place our ports centered over the crack. And we can start mixing our 602 epoxy paste, which will hold our ports in place on the wall. We like to use 6-inch distances between ports so the epoxy can travel effectively and become rigid. We're going to remove the strap and plug off each port, and then put the plugs so they're available when we need them. Mixing our 602 epoxy paste is the next step. You can use something as easy as a piece of cardboard from our complete kit for mixing. The 602 in the complete kit comes in individual tubes which work with a regular caulk gun, which is also supplied. We will cut off the top of each cartridge and nozzle tip equally to ensure correct measurements when mixing. Squeeze out equal amounts of 602A and B on our cardboard. We will only need a small batch this time, enough to set the ports on the wall. Make sure to mix the epoxy until it is an even color. We are going to apply to the bottom of the plastic port so it will stick to the wall, making sure not to get any inside the port, which will keep the epoxy from being injected. The epoxy paste is applied over the entire crack from the bottom to the top, 3 inches centered on the crack, and this will be about 1/8 of an inch thick. At this point, we're going to mix a larger batch of the 602 epoxy paste so we can seal over the crack and around all the ports, leaving a 1/8 inch opening at the top of the crack unsealed. You can use a small dab of the 602 paste to temporarily set the ports for easy access when you need them. We also want to look outside. Any of the crack exposed above the soil we want to seal so our epoxy does not leak above grade. Epoxy paste takes about 40 minutes to cure. You can test to see how it is doing by using a thumbnail or trowel to see if it leaves a mark or not. This epoxy is rigid and did not leave a mark, so we are ready to inject. After you inject, you will put the cap inside the port, so make sure those are readily at hand. The low viscosity epoxy cartridge comes in a plastic bag with a mixer and a nut. We take the plug out of the top, making sure the cartridge is standing upright during this stage. Put the mixer on top of the cartridge and then apply the nut over the mixer and tighten to the cartridge holding firmly in place. Keep pointing upright until ready for injection. The 602 paste is cured and we are now ready to start injecting. We take our epoxy cartridge and put it in the caulk gun, getting ready to start injecting at the bottom port. Slowly and steadily, using slight pressure to inject the material in the crack, we are going to wait until it comes out the port above. When it does, we take the nozzle out, hit the pressure release on the gun with our thumb, replace with the cap, and go to the next port. We are going to repeat this process all the way to the top. We also have additional cartridges ready as we go up the wall. Inject into the very top port until we see it coming out of the top window we left. You can see it right here. That means we got the entire wall injected from the bottom all the way to the top of the crack, or the sill plate in our case. Use the modeling clay from the complete kit to fill the opening at the top. The clay can also be used to fill any pinhole pops that happen when injecting. They usually occur around the ports. At this point, we'll wait 30 minutes or so and recheck the transparent barrels of our ports, making sure that epoxy is visible. It is common for the resin you injected to settle down and back in the wall, requiring ports toward the top of the crack to be topped off with more resin. Now we use the trash bag from the complete kit that we use to protect the floor and put all our trash in. We injected this crack from the bottom port all the way to the top and have now repaired this crack. Thank you for watching this product demonstration on our complete foundation repair kit offered by CPR Products.